What's up guys, this is Franklin. Today I'm doing a deck profile on my Saiyan style Future Trunks deck. Future Trunks is my favorite Dragon Ball Z character. He has a different personality than Goku and Vegeta. He is very serious and wants to get the job done. So let's start with his main personality cards. Future Trunks is a very easy character to learn as his powers are very easy. His level 1 power is you get to look at the top 4 cards of your deck and rearrange them in any order. You also can banish a card from your opponent's discard pile. His level 2 power is almost the same, except you can look at either player's deck and rearrange the top 4 cards and draw a card. His level 3 power allows you to look at the top 6 cards of your deck, put them back in any order, and draw a card. His level 4 power is almost the same, except you can look at either player's top 6 cards on their decks, but you cannot draw a card with his level 4 power. Of course, this is a Saiyan style deck. Trunks works very good with Saiyan simply because he is the second strongest character in the game. Next up, I'm going to start with my non-Saiyan style cards. I have a level 1 Ally TN. If his energy attack hits, then I can draw a card. Level 1 Yumchuck is similar. However, when his energy attack hits, I can shuffle a setup, drill, or ally into the owner's deck. Next up is level 1 Krillin. When I rejuvenate during my rejuvenation step, I can choose a drill and destroy it. I'm not running drills in this deck, so Krillin does not hurt me at all. Now level 1 Chaozu. When its energy attack is finished, it does 7 life cards of damage and I shuffle Chaozu back into the deck. And of course I wanted level 1 Bulma. I had to add Trunks' mom. She's very good at controlling my opponent's deck. When I attach any card to her, cards with that name cannot be played. So if I've already played Time as a Warrior's Tool and I attach it to her, then my opponent cannot use the perfect defense against me. Now to the events. I have one Time is a Warrior's Tool. It is the perfect defense that every deck is running it. Have 1 Confrontation. 3 copies of Trunks Sword Stance. This card is great for leveling up Trunks very quickly. If my opponent is blocking my attacks, I'm not getting the anger that I want, then I can easily use this card to bump Trunks up to the next level. I have 3 copies of Trunks Sword Slash. This card is great. It does massive damage. The attack table plus 4 stages. I banish up to 6 cards from my opponent's discard pile. And if this attack hits, then my next stop energy attack cannot be stopped. I have 3 Overpowering Attack. I'm running a few allies, so this card really is useful for getting my allies into play. It does pretty good damage with 5 life cards. And my non-style setup is Visiting the Past. This card is really good for fetching out my Time as a Warrior's Tool from my discard pile and putting it back into my hand. Now let's get through the Saiyan style cards. First up are the Energy Combats. I have 3 copies of Saiyan Multi-Blast. It's a pretty good draw card. If the attack hits, I can draw a card. I have 3 copies of Saiyan Domination. I'm not sure how this is an energy attack because Raditz is not doing an energy attack at all. But anyways, it does 4 life cards of damage, and if my power level is higher than my opponent's, then my opponent cannot play events this combat. Have 3 copies of Saiyan Straight Shot. It is a very basic energy attack. If my opponent blocks it, I can shuffle it back into my deck for another opportunity to use it later on in the game. To my blocks, I have Saiyan Focus, Saiyan Supreme Block, 3 copies of Saiyan Energy Deflection. Saiyan Energy Deflection is pretty good. It has endurance, it stops the energy attack, and I raise my anger 1 level. Now to my physical attacks. I have 1 copy of Saiyan Direct Strike. I would have 3 copies of this card, but I only have 1 right now. It does a lot of damage. It does attack table plus 3 station and plus 2 life cards of damage. 1 Saiyan Left Kick. 3 Saiyan Sabotage. As you could tell, I like banishing my opponent's cards and controlling the field. If the attack hits, then I can banish a setup or drill. 3 copies of Saiyan Driving Punch. 2 copies of Saiyan Clothesline. This card works wonderful with Trunks. The attack actually doubles when my personality is the strongest. And since Trunks will almost always be the strongest, this effect will almost always go into play. Have 3 copies of Saiyan Spin Kick. This card is really good for destroying my opponent's allies, and it has a nice endurance of 2. Have 3 copies of Saiyan Foot Stomp. Gohan is stopping Frieza really bad right now. The attack is okay, the endurance is really good at 3, and I can also lower my opponent's anger by 2 levels. Now to the blocks, I have Saiyan Hand Swipe. 3 copies of Saiyan Lightning Dodge. It blocks an attack and my opponent loses 4 power stages. I have 2 copies of Saiyan Blocking Technique. It stops a physical attack, and my physical attacks for the remainder of combat will do an additional 2 power stages of damage. And I have 1 Saiyan Wrist Block. Now to my final cards. I have 3 copies of Saiyan Strength Test. This card is pretty good. I attach it to my main personality. I get to draw a card, and whenever I raise my anger, my opponent must banish the bottom card of his or her discard pile. And I have 2 copies of Saiyan Scouting. Future Trunks is a really good main personality, and of course I chose him because he is my favorite Dragon Ball Z character. This deck is currently being used as my personal structure deck so I can get accustomed to the game and learn the rules as I continue to play with my friends. The local scene in my locals is very great right now. Hopefully I'll be able to get some matches and maybe even upload them on my channel. If you have any suggestions on improving the deck, then please leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and always get your game on.